my friends say, girl, you better take care.
I say it loud. Did you get it? We have people that want to run our lives, tell us which way to go, how to do it. I call it subliminal mind treatment. We had a lot of middle-aged, liberal, white women, and I might get some back flack from this, did a whole lot of talking on manhood. And one thing we know, Obama nationalized the alphabet community. He's destroying manhood. Now, our young men are coming up, and you like to teach them to care for their family, teach them to provide for their family, teach them to not hit their wives, teach them to be men. Your shoulders are bigger, your shoulders are broader. Be down with the family. Be honest to the family. You know, these are God's rules. But I guess Democrats don't go by that. So they give us a whole big speech, a whole big word salad of undermining this. Democrats run the idea of working on your well-being, on your mind, making it misfire, making it misinterpret what life should be. And then they say that we're misogynists. And to them, they're believing that we're too stupid or not smart enough to potentially understand. Are we not wise enough to make decisions on our own? We have to be led, I hope I ain't got no boogers up there, y'all. Have to be led by our nose. Is that a man? Young women, is that the kind of man that you want to be in your household? Something happened, he runs behind you. Protect me. Because the way they're talking, they want women to run it all. In some ways, it goes as far to say black people don't want to work. When ICE ran the raid in the packing plant in Nebraska, they lost over 1,000 jobs. And when we got rid of all those immigrants, all those people that were not vetted, when they went away, you know, Jasmine Crockett said, we don't want to work, we don't want to pick cotton. She's so stupid, we ain't picking cotton no more, no way. But guess who filled those jobs? Give you one guess. Americans. So they're not taking our jobs. But let it be known, Democrats are telling you, we don't want to work. We have to have a job to go to work. When you set them up in jobs, when you teach them to speak English, when you give them everything they need, and the people that work them work them at $5, $10 cheaper than American, why should you go to work? And I'm here to tell you, Americans ain't lazy. They're not sorry. Democrats, that ain't working no more. They only have to be programmed. They used to go with this narrative, oh, vote Democrat no matter what. But y'all are full of Looney Tunes. And the very people that form the backbone of America, you despising them. You already throw them to the wolves. It shows that one of the people that they showed on camera was a young black man who was standing in the aisle with the application in hand, ready to go to work. So when we get people like Schumer, Waters, Harris, Hakeem, stupid Cory Booker, flaring out and yelling, screaming. They're always screaming and yelling about Americans don't want to do this, and this is better, that's better. Americans don't want this. They don't want jobs. They don't want to work. These people coming in here, we need them for the industry and what is the word they use all the time? Democracy of America. No, you've taken that and ruined it. We don't need them for the democracy of America. Everything else is taken out of America. Like I said in my last podcast, we own nothing. We process nothing. We make nothing. Donald Trump's changing that. We've got thousands of companies coming to America now to work. There'll be jobs open. There'll be a incentive for people to work. He was able to pay the military off the tariffs. Y'all are jumping up and down when the Democrats closed the White House down. 30 days. Oh, he's doing wrong with the tariffs. He's doing that with the tariffs. It's a good thing he had him. He was able to pay SNAP for a while so y'all could eat. But you forget about all that kind of stuff, you come right back and you start to curse him. And you start to push him. The orange man. The racist. Over and over. Trump hate going strong. And it makes me laugh over little mean Obama having a hissy fit. What would you do, Obama, if they came to your house and found your men drawers, went through your wife's men drawers, Big Mike, and found everything in that house, turned it up in an uproar, upset everything? Whoo, boy, you probably have a fit. I know that the forefathers of this country that work hard on their backs to get it where it is now, to fight, to stand up for the system. My goodness, if we had people like Sugar Tank Obama back then, we wouldn't be fighting nobody. They'd sit down and cross their legs and say, oh my goodness, what's going on? You hurt my feelings. When the core of a man is to take every blunt object that comes at him, I welcome confrontation. Bring it to me, baby. Call me names, that's fine too. Dislike me, that's fine too, because everybody ain't gonna like you. My dad used to say when people are talking about you and throwing hate at you, they thinking about you, and I appreciate that. These people have come here, people, and you tell me the difference in it. They haven't contributed one dime to taxes, but they getting paid more tax refund than we get. Make it make sense to me. And y'all want them to stay, and you got them in the streets fighting for them, and they're taking from you, people. We had 38 trillion, and it's moving like a clock, a fast clock. And we sitting here, and like they said in the old days, air counting around. I want my people saying, oh, let's fight, let's fight. This junk y'all doing here, double dig. Get on over there to China and do the same crap you're doing here. So America's like a lot of things just slack and go easy. So we constitute, oh, it's our right to do that. Or it's our right to stand up to that. When you idiots don't even know what you're standing up for. It's imperative that you open your eyes. It's imperative you learn how to rock the vote. These old fuddy-duddies you got in there, falling over, pooping on themselves, falling over. It's time to get some new blood in there. I want y'all to listen to this sister here. Let's just check her out right quick.
I'm gonna need you to wake up. Did you hear what I said? Black America. Because you were born here, okay? I'm going to need you to wake up. These liberals are using you. They are using you. I want you to listen at old Chop It Up Chuck. And I call him that because he's about to chop up the truth in order to push out a false narrative to get what they want. And what they want have nothing to do with you. Go back and listen to some clips of Malcolm X talk about these people. He was 10,000% right. I didn't agree with his theology because I'm a believer in Christ, but I agree with him on this. Take a look.
So Leader Schumer, this talk about election security has revived discussions of the SAVE Act, which you have said you oppose. Proponents of it say that it's, to have ID, you have to prove U.S. citizenship to be able to vote. But some of the claims they make, to be clear, are overstated. We know there's not widespread election fraud.
Oh, really? I don't know that. You don't want me to believe my eyes and my ears?
I'm here in New York about to illegally vote for Zoran Mamdani 6 times.
6 times?
So you don't want my ID? How do you know it's me then?
We can look it up by
I
manual.
could just give you a fake name.
No voter ID required. Oh, wait, what did she say?
We're not supposed to ask. We're not supposed
But
to
I'm giving it to you so that it's...
We're not supposed to ask for IDs, really? What about that 2020 election in
Fulton County made
Fulton
a
County?
stunning admission about the 2020 election. After almost 5 years of assuring voters all procedures were followed, it turns out that may not be entirely true. Now,
But I digress. Let's get back to old Chop It Up Chuck.
But polling does suggest, there's a new Pew Research poll, that 95% of Republicans, but also 71% of Democrats like this idea.
Of course they like it because that's the way it's always been. That's the way it's supposed to be. You can't just show up and not have ID. They're not going to know who you are.
So why do you not?
It's Jim Crow 2.0, and I called it Jim Crow 2.0, and the right wing went nuts all over the internet. That's because they know it's true. What they're trying to do here is the same thing that was done in the South for decades to prevent people of color from voting.
See, this is where my righteous anger pop up because I know what he's saying is a lie. I live in the South. I've been living in the South my whole life on the Gulf Coast. I go to vote every single time there's an election. And guess what? I show my ID. I write my signature. They check to make sure who I am. I go vote. No problems. Nobody asking me any questions. Nobody making me count the jelly beans in the jar. And quit lumping us in the people of color category. We're Black Americans. And we are citizens, and nobody is taking away our right to vote. What they are doing is they're using black people, going back in the past, provoking emotional manipulation, because they know if they say Jim Crow or slavery, black people are going to be like, oh my God, he's right. They're coming against us. This has nothing to do with you, black people. Wake up. People of color he talking about is illegal migrants. They don't have IDs. That's their new voting base. Letting these people use you. I've been having an ID since I was 15 years old. I'm 50 years old. Every black person I know has an ID. You need an ID to drive. You need an ID to go into a club. You need an ID to fly on a plane. You need an ID to go into another country. You need an ID to buy liquor. You need an ID to buy cigarettes. I don't know any black person without an ID. Even the poorest of the poor black people have an ID. JJ down the street that dig in the trash can that I pass by, and he always bothering me about a little bit of money. And when I'm feeling a little giving, I give him $5. Guess what he do? He go straight into the liquor store and go buy him some liquor. But before he do, he present his ID. So even the homeless man got an ID. Black people, y'all can keep letting these liberals play in y'all face, but Malcolm X warned y'all about these people. They're using you. This is about getting illegal migrants to vote. They don't have an ID, so they don't want any questions whenever they walk in there. They are the Democratic Party new voting base. They are the new slave.
For instance, if you change, you're a woman who got married and changed your last name, you won't be able to show ID and you'll be discriminated against. If you can't find a birth certificate or a proper ID, you'll be discriminated against.
Well, first of all, that's a lie. I've been married twice. Don't judge me. Divorced and then he died. Now I'm remarried. Now let's get back to it. Both times I presented my birth certificate and photo ID. And then I got a marriage license. I got married. And then if I tarried on getting my name changed, guess what? If I went to vote and I didn't have the right name, all I have to do is bring my marriage license. And we know we got a birth certificate. You know why? Because I needed it to get my marriage license, dummy. Or if you didn't need it, you had to have some type of ID in order to get the marriage license. So you bring both. You bring both. And they check it. And they see that the marriage license is your name change. That is just if you just got married at the time of an election. Most of us women, we get married and we handle business. We go ahead and get that new social security card and that new driver's license. Black America, I'm gonna need you to wake up. Did you hear what I said? Black America.
John Fetterman called it right. He did not go along with stupid Schumer. This man has been a liar from day one. He will never change that. He will never change that. Fetterman said this guy didn't even want to do the America's Save Act. Fetterman said he's not going with him because you're not going back to Jim Crow 2.0. We don't know nothing about no Jim Crow 2.0. And then, he's going around mouthing off saying that you won't get to vote. You won't get to have anything. You know what I'm saying? He said it is wrong for us to check the vote. That they should just walk through and not be able to vote because, as this young lady said, let's tell you immigrants something. Y'all are the new slaves. They paying you a little bit now, but just like the number passed up, for me, for the whites, you gonna get it too. Democrats don't care about nobody but themselves. They line their pockets for nobody but themselves. They are the devil's advocates. They want to destroy babies at 9 months. They want to kick you out of church. They want to destroy everything. They want the man to be a woman and the woman to be the man. Let me tell you something, y'all. At the midterms, it shows that 83% and 71% of the Democrats want to have the American Safe Act. These are Democrats that want this, but he's saying no, him and Akeem, because it is illegal to do that. And this has been going on since the Clintons, since the Obamas, since right up to this time here now. And we got to make the changes in it. People have to wake up. If even you don't make the change, wake up. Don't follow that. You know what I'm saying? Because people are falling short. Stop being led by these egotistical bandits who want to just line themselves money. They don't even realize the dollar is falling short. So I hope they taking that money and buying gold or something, because that money they putting up and raking over people ain't gonna do them a bit of good. Let's look at something. This is about Barack Obama. This is a guy who is supposed to be leading us. This is not my words. It's on the TikTok channel. You guys take a listen.
You're just a guy who's in town for the night, and it sounds like you're looking to party.
Yeah, pulled up in a bar outside, and there's this guy that's introduced to me as Barack Obama. I had given Barack $250 to pay for coke. I start putting a line on a CD tray to snort, and next thing I know, he's got a little pipe and he's smoking. So I just started rubbing my hand along his thigh to see where it was going, and it went the direction I had intended it to go.
Even though you had sex with him twice, you did cocaine with him, watched him smoke crack twice, you had no idea who he was.
I had no idea who he was.
Just ask the obvious question: what was Obama like on crack? Is it your sense that that's who Obama is, just transactional, or that he's bisexual, or like what is that?
It definitely wasn't Barack's first time, and I would almost be willing to bet you it wasn't his last.
The guy's running for president, and credible information comes out that he's smoking crack and having sex with dudes. That seems like a story.
Did you see it? That was on Tucker Carlson there. A line of coke, a rub of the thigh, and it went where he wanted it to go. Man, you can't tell me nothing about manhood or running the family. No one he suggested to us that we need to have an altercation or be around someone who's of the opposite sex so we can learn from them. What are we going to learn? This is a guy that everybody got snowed with. Oh, Barack, he's a strong black man. Barack. Notice how he sits down? He's so sweet and proper. I never seen a man cross his legs like that. Because one thing, it hurts your junk in the trunk. And this is what is telling us where to go. And we're wrong because we didn't pick Kamala because she's a woman and stuff. He's a womanizer. That's all he is. He wants to be a woman. And he goes home every day with Michelle and rub on the thigh. And he goes where he wants that to go too. Make it up for yourself. She already was quoted on TV saying that she agrees with someone and she understands her being a man, what it is to be gay. People, don't let Sodom and Gomorrah lead you. And if you're following things like that, and you believe in things like that, that means you're a part of it. Wake up. Don't fall into the snare. Wake up, everybody. Wake up. Trump ain't perfect. At least he tells you what he's going to do, and he does it. That accounts to something. Not someone telling me something and sneaking behind my back, doing something else, and then raking you over the coals. All this that they got set up with all the foreigners over here is for their pocket, for them to stay in power, and they are mad. And they telling you guys to go out and fight and raise Cain, and y'all are doing it. Don't be their puppets. Stealth community, we love you. Most of all, love yourself, love God, and be careful loving the neighbor. See ya. it.